When Grandpa Gives You a Toolbox, written by Jamie L.B. Deenihan, illustrated by Lorraine Rocha. This is the follow-up story to When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree. So if you didn't check that out, be sure to go back in our IGTV or YouTube channels to try and find that so that you can read them together. When Grandpa Gives You a Toolbox. And we see on the end papers here, Grandpa's driving up in his truck. There's a toolbox in the back with a ribbon on it. And a young boy is waiting at the window. When Grandpa Gives You a Toolbox. You wanted a special house for your dolls. But surprise! It's a toolbox. Now, he doesn't look very happy about this. I'm going to time out for just 1 second and share a personal connection. My dad, even though it's not my grandpa, my dad loves gifting me tools, okay? When I first moved out on my own, he gave me a toolbox and he was like, you'll probably need this. And I just kind of ignored it. It was off to the side. I have used that thing so many times. And my dad has gifted me many more tools over the years. And I 100% relate to this little boy initially just being like, what? But I also relate to how his feelings changed throughout. What should you do when Grandpa gives you a toolbox for your birthday? First, be patient. Grandpa will want to show you every single tool. Now, this kid's grandpa has given him a fantastic collection of tools. If we look closely, he's showing him a level right now to make sure that his projects are aligned and straight. But the other things, we've got a pair of pliers, a screwdriver, a hammer, a tape measure. But then for woodworking, we have a chisel and an awl. And that's really cool. So that will whittle down wood. And this can poke holes in wood or leather, depending on what you're trying to make. And there's also some photographs tucked in there. Next, compliment Grandpa as he shares photos of all the projects he's built since he was a kid. Now you can tell Grandpa's super proud of all of these projects. He's made a birdhouse, a chair, a crib or bassinet. What's this? Can't tell what he's making there, but it looks like he's working on the edges of something. Maybe a changing table. And here he's whittling some wood. But the young boy just seems so bored by all of these stories. I guess what I'm saying is I want to meet this grandpa. I'd love to hear his stories. Once Grandpa runs out of stories, give him a hug, say thanks, and tell him you're off to find a special place to keep your toolbox. Do not launch it into outer space, feed it to a T-Rex, or tie it to a wrecking ball. There are plenty of hiding spots right in your own backyard. It'll be easy to forget about Grandpa's toolbox until you meet someone in need and have an idea. So that little bird needs what? A home. And so now he's looking and he sees, oh, Grandpa built a birdhouse before. Maybe Grandpa's toolbox will be useful just this one time. There's Grandpa. As a new builder, you'll want to find an experienced project manager to help you get started. So he's running to Grandpa, asking for some help. Together, you'll create a plan and gear up. Safety first. Definitely need that eye protection. Some goggles. Look at all of Grandpa's cool toys. See, they're tools, and I almost call them toys because for me, I'm obsessed with tools these days. They are like toys. With guidance and lots of practice, you'll discover that you're actually quite handy. So Grandpa's got the blueprints and measurements to make this birdhouse. looks like together they have made a beautiful one. Now, my grandfather, actually, my dad's dad, did love to build birdhouses, and he had a beautiful collection of all of the houses that he had built in their backyard. Your neighbor won't... Oh, sorry. With guidance and lots of practice, you'll discover that you're actually quite handy. Your neighbor won't complain about the noise, though she will ask for help with repairs. Repairs to what? Doghouse. And recommend you to all her friends. So now fixing shutters and installing a mailbox. Whoa. Do you recognize that person? I think that might be... Oh, no, it's not. I was going to say I thought that might be the grandma from the other story, but we see here the little girl with the lemon tree is from the other story. At the end of the day, they'll offer to pay you, but you'll have an even better idea. So it looks like instead of getting paid in money, he's getting paid in leftover things, supplies. You and Grandpa will work together, measuring and sawing, drilling and hammering, gluing and painting, until finally you've built exactly what you wanted. What did he want? A special house for your dolls. Wow. Now it looks like his mom and dad are taking a picture of him with his grandpa and what they've built together. Wow, everybody's coming to hang out and play with his cool new house. And plans for your next project too. Treehouse plans. And he wants to build a fort, a swing, and a slide. Because all of these people are saying, oh, this is what you could add, this is what you could add. And look, he does it. So, I have to say between the two, when Grandma gives you a lemon tree and when Grandpa gives you a toolbox, this one is my personal favorite, but that's just because I relate to it so much. Not that I don't have a million plants too, because I do, but again, my dad has gifted me tools and I've been like, maybe I'll use this, maybe I won't. No, I now use tools all the time and I build things like shelves and toys and things for Mackenzie. And it's pretty neat to know that, oh, if you need something, you've got all of the tools to just build it yourself. So if your grandpa gives you a toolbox, you should 100% celebrate.